Hey, it's Big Game James McCarty, Sports Director at Flag Family Media, here with Dragon Football Head Coach Steve Laqua. Coach, last weekend you guys were able to assert yourselves in all three phases of the game, play a really good four-quarter matchup against Southwest Minnesota State, and really for the first time, I think all season, not get our hearts racing too much. What was it like for you guys, the coaching staff, and as a team, just seeing how dominant you were?
Well, really exciting that special teams finally felt like was a winning edge in a lot of different phases. Block punt, block extra point, block field goal. Really good job in the return game. So I think that was exciting to get special teams going. Awesome to be able to get so many players in early in the third quarter. That kind of here. If you're able to stack that, that's a really great thing. Our starters played about 30 snaps. Our backups were playing about 30 snaps. And so we got a really good opportunity to develop depth, to get guys in the game and game experience, prepared for the future whenever their opportunity is gonna go. And then the guys that do play a lot of snaps, they were fresh. They were rested, half a game under their belt. So hopefully we're able to stack that into this week where we're more fresh, both physically, mentally, emotionally. It's been a wild season of ups and downs, so it was kind of nice to have one that didn't go down to the wire, allowed our guys to kind of reset, recharge mentally and physically.
Trying to piggyback a little bit off of what you had just mentioned with some of those younger guys getting opportunities quick. I'm going to rattle a couple names off. I'm going to miss about 100 of them, and that's okay. But seeing Grant Workentine out there, Kyle Nemzik, even getting Braden Spears, the freshman punter, out there for a couple of opportunities as well. You had mentioned how it adds depth to your team, but how important is it for them to get into games in live action against a different colored jersey versus guys, even in live action in a practice against MSUM guys?
Well, it's huge, especially for the young guys that maybe haven't been around a lot or been in a game before. Now they understand, this is the level of play. And so we had the red shirt rule. We had a true freshman offensive lineman that was into the game, and he's like, it was great, but I got my butt kicked. And so, that allows him to understand, okay, here's the level I got to get to. So when I'm training all winter long, when I'm playing in spring ball, I know that, hey, this is where I got to get. If you don't get a taste of that, it's hard to find that out. And so I think guys did a great job. We got the punts in with long snaps, so we got some guys in all phases that got better. And hopefully we'll now stack that and get better as we move forward.
Cody Sorensen was a guy who, believe it or not, I looked at the stat sheet about a dozen times, didn't record a tackle last week, but he blocked a punt and had an over 90-yard interception return for a touchdown. How important and crucial is he to your defense schematically and also as an athlete, just seeing what he did last weekend? Well,
he's been huge, and you could tell the games where we didn't have him, we struggled and had to kind of battle through that. It creates a big void when he's not in there. Obviously, he's great to have in there. He does a lot of things that show up on the stat sheet, and things that don't either. He's able to cover guys down, and those things, if he doesn't get opportunities, might not show up on a stat sheet, but he showed up in the game definitely on Saturday, and he has throughout the season in his career. And so we've been really excited about his leadership and his play on the field.
On the offensive end of the football, Brady Perryman now up to 10 touchdowns receiving on the year. Are you planning on getting anybody else involved in the touchdown and the receivers, or not?
Well, hopefully the more touchdowns we can get, the better. This is try and spread the wealth. I'm not gonna be complaining about more touchdowns. Let's try and get more, as many as we can.
Well, on a positive note with that, J.D. Check getting his first touchdown. How cool is that for you, having that? There's that brother bond on the sideline, and then also seeing a tight end go out there and get 6.
Yeah, it was really good. He's done a great job for us, doing dirty work that doesn't show up on the stat sheet, really being physical in the run game, allowing us to be in some different personnel groups. And so he got the opportunity, capitalized on it. That was great to see. Hopefully we can get him in the action again. Say, hey, let's put two together. Let's get a streak going. So hopefully we can start something there.
This weekend, going up to Minot State, a squad that completely revamped what their program's about football-wise last year, running that triple option. They didn't get a lot of traction against you guys last year. They figured things out. They're bought into that coaching system up there at Minot now. What do you guys need to do to prepare for a triple option system, something that's almost completely obsolete at this point?
Yeah, it's something you don't see very often. It's the only time we're going to see it. We didn't see it last year. It was early in the season when we saw it. It wasn't at the level that they're doing now, and so we were probably lucky last year we saw them early. This will be a heck of a battle. They do a great job controlling the football, being able to get 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and so there's definitely two different styles of play on each end of the spectrum where probably not going to run it very much, and they're not going to throw it very much. And so you're going to see two very distinctly different games. And so I think from a fan's perspective, that's going to be exciting. We're really going to have to start well. I think in you're playing an offense like that, getting out to an early start, getting out to a lead is huge. You got to try and control the pace and the tempo of the game.
Knowing that Minot on their offensive side, your defensive side of the ball, they want to basically put you to sleep for a nap and then go over the top maybe 2-3 times a game. How important is discipline on all 11 guys defensively this week?
It's going to be huge, and it's not just the DBs getting ready for the play action pass. It's the dive has to have dive. The quarterback player's got to have the quarterback. The pitch player's got to have the pitch, and it can't be one of those, well, I thought I saw so-and-so had it and I left my responsibility. Like, everybody's going to have to be on their guy, which, you know what, it creates a lot of one-on-one matchups. And one-on-one matchups, you got to win those, but those become difficult. We're always striving on defense. How can we avoid one-on-one matchups? How can we get two-on-one in as many tackle situations as we can? They don't allow that very often, so we're going to have to be great in the one-on-one game.
Last thing I have for you, is there anything that you learned about your offense in the fast start last week that you can take forward into this week against Minot State, trying to just keep that ball moving early on in the game?
Well, our team's a lot better when we start better offensively. It spreads throughout on both sides of the ball. There's confidence. There's maybe a little bit of, take a breath and you're like, okay, we've got points on the board. We got a little bit of wiggle room, so to say. And so if you can play ahead of the curve or play running downhill, it's a lot better. And so we haven't done that very often this year. It's felt like we've been running uphill a lot of games, so it's nice to run downhill. Hopefully we can keep the ball rolling downhill and run downhill in this game.
Awesome, Coach. Thanks for coming to your time. Always appreciate it, and we'll see you Saturday.
That sounds good.
I'm Big Game James McCarty alongside head coach Steve Laqua of the MSUM Dragons. Have a great rest of your day.